I think one of the most unique pieces we have, of course, is the A12 Oxcart. So the A12 was designed to be the successor to the U-2.
The spy plane.
The spy
giant
plane.
wingspan.
The original, exactly, the original overhead reconnaissance plane that flew its first mission on the 4th of July, 1956, over the Soviet Union. But the Russians had picked up that first overflight actually on radar that Roosevelt had sold to Stalin during the war under the Lend-Lease program. So Eisenhower in 1956 already knows he needs another option. And the brilliant minds in our country tell him, if we fly a plane 3 miles higher and almost 5 times faster, we can beat the Soviet radar. And remember what year it is. It's 1957. What an incredible strategic goal.
So it needs to be 3 miles higher than the U-2 and 3 times as fast.
And we're already flying at 70,000 feet with the U-2. Now we want to be up at 90,000 feet and fly at Mach 3.29, which is still a record that the A-12 holds today for a piloted air-breathing aircraft. So the contract's written in 59. It's first tested in 62. It meets its design specifications.
It's almost a spaceship.
In 1965, it's flying at the outer edges of the atmosphere at 90,000 feet. The CIA plane, the A12 Oxcart, flew just 29 missions. So for the first 3 months that the aircraft was flying, it flew undetected to enemy radar. It's flying over Southeast Asia. There were 3 attempts to shoot the aircraft down. This is the only time one of the A-12s was hit. 6 missiles were launched at it.
From where?
From around Haiphong and Hanoi. And the pilot was Dennis Sullivan. He saw the missiles come up behind him. One was as close as like 100 to 200 feet.
And he was flying at 90,000 feet.
He was flying at 84,000 feet at Mach 3.1 on this mission.
And he was taking pictures.
Taking pictures. The pictures actually show the contrails from the missiles.
Coming up toward him.
He thought it was a little close for comfort, but he didn't know that.
Could he bail out at 84,000 feet?
He could have bailed out if he'd had to, yes. But when they got the plane back to base at Kadena, they examined it and found that the plane had actually been hit by some of the missiles blowing up nearby.
Some shrapnel.
So this is the only time we have a piece of that the missile strike, the only time that an A-12 was hit. We lost 2 pilots in the program. Their stars are on the wall. Their names are Walt Ray and Jack Weeks. And it flew its last mission in 1968. And then the aircraft, the 9 remaining aircraft, were put into storage. Part of the program was declassified in the early 90s, and that meant that the airframes were now available to museums who have lovingly cared for them over the years.